Hello. It's been a while. I wanted to do something with Dynamo, and I was thinking maybe I can create a playlist just about Dynamo and working with data, importing, exporting things, working with lists, and all of that. And I was thinking maybe we can start today with requesting data from the web. So let's jump into it. Okay, so I'm going to work with weather data. So you can choose whatever API basically you want to work with, whatever data you want to work with. But for today's example, I'm using this open weather. So you can go to this website. I'm going to leave it in the description and click on the API. So actually I'm within this endpoint API. And here you have, as you can see, many things that we can retrieve. Okay, so we have the current weather, we have daily forecast. If we scroll down, you will find many other things. So just click on API doc and you will get into the API itself. So I'm going with the first one, API doc, and actually I am signed in. All right, so you need to sign in order for you to get something that we are going to use in here. So in here you can see API call. So this URL, it takes a latitude and a longitude and also API key. So you need to be signed up and then click on this API key. It's going to take you into the page where you can take your API key. So these are the parameters, and this is the result that we're going to get. Of course, we're going to get different values. All right, so let's go straight into Dynamo. So let's start from here. I opened a new project in Dynamo, and let's go to import export. You have web and you have web request. Click on it. So this needs a URL and it returns a string. So let me really quickly create a code block, and I'm going to type my URL in here. What was it? There you go. So let me just copy this one, Control C, and go in here within a string. So just like this. And as you can see here, my latitude, longitude, and API key are going to differ. So what am I going to do is actually just hit enter and here type lat semicolon and long, or just long, semicolon, and let's say API underscore key, and again semicolon. And so what am I going to do is actually provide these inputs. All right, so now I'm just going to remove this one and close the string in here and type plus, and again open this string, and here I need to add lat and again plus. So the latitude, I'm going to throw it in here. It should be a string to be joined together with this URL string. Same thing for this one. I'm just going to go ahead and do the same exact thing. So the longitude is going to be set in here, and the last thing is actually the API key. So I'm going to do the same thing, close the string, it's already closed, and type API and underscore key. There you go, API key. Yes, it's the same. Great. So now I have this code block. By the way, we could do this just by typing URL and just concatenating things together, but it's going to be messy. So I think this is the quickest and organized way to go with that. So basically now we need to provide these inputs. All right, let's go to input, actually, to location, latitude, longitude, and here I'm going to type location, and we get this site location. All right, so what this is giving me, actually, you can see London, United Kingdom, latitude, longitude. All right, so what this is giving me is actually what you can find in here in location. So you can see London, United Kingdom, and so on. So if you change it, you're gonna get a different location. So I don't have any problem. Let's go with this and provide this input to the longitude and the other one to the latitude. And now we have these numbers. So in here we need it to be a string. In if you don't know what is a string, it's a text basically. So to use a double in here, we need to convert it into a string. So there is something called object to string, I believe. String from object. There you go. So I'm going to put this one in here and just copy this one, and actually we cannot see it, but it's a string right now. So we can group this one and type location. Okay, so now this is the latitude, I think, or no, it's the opposite. So this is the latitude and this is the longitude. Okay, no problem. Now the API key is actually a string, so I'm just going to open a new code block and add my API key. There you go. So this should be in the same line like this, and let's throw it there. Let's see now. Now you can see I have the whole URL all put together. Now the we can see here the output. We're not interested in outputting any of these first three lines. We are interested in the URL. You can see in here, it's the input that we need. So I'm just going to join them together, and because I have the automatic mode in here, I'm going to be able to see the result in here. So this is a string. It's returning a string. I don't need a string. I need, if you remember what we saw in here, the result is a JSON type. So you can see how is it. So it's the same thing. It's not the same thing, but it's similar to what we have in Python or in Dynamo as dictionaries. So you have a key and a value. So I want to convert this data into that. So let's go ahead and I believe it's somewhere in here. In object, no. Oh yeah, should be in here. Data, yeah. So parse JSON, there you go. So parse JSON is basically taking a string and turning it into a JSON object. So now you can see them. Take a look at this. So this is, as you can see, it's just a long string, and here it's an object in which I have key and value. And now, if you are familiar with dictionaries, there you go, you have dictionaries in here, and we can use these nodes to work with our result. So basically I can get the values, can get the keys, can count how many items I have in this dictionary. So I have 13. Actually, I'm not interested in this. We are usually interested in keys and values. So I'm going to provide this dictionary in here, this dictionary again in here, and here it's telling me, let's read. So I'm converting an array to var would cause array rank reduction and is not permitted. All right, so as you can see in here, the items are key, value, and so on. Here we have a dictionary. We have a dictionary within this big dictionary. And here we have a list, actually. All right. So what am I going to do, actually, is not this. I'm going to take components. So now I have keys and values. All right. So let me... We can use also this one, by the way. And let's try to find weather. So within a string, let's type weather, and it's going to return this item in here, as you can see. Now this is a dictionary, actually. I can work with these values, key and value. Again, we can use this, or we can use this one, like components. And there you go. These are the values and these are the keys. You can see main is the key. This is main, and its value is clouds, overcast clouds, and the key is description. So this is one way. Here, keys and values, actually we can take the watch node to take a look at them. These are the keys. These are their values. Okay. All right. What can we do? Also, we can set a value. We can. Okay. So actually, you can play around with these things. The thing that I wanted to talk about also is yeah. So actually, we had something in here. So these parameters, we are just passing latitude, longitude, and the API because they are required. We have actually optional parameters such as the units. All right, let's learn more about this. So we can add them after the API key. So we can just type and units equals metric or imperial. Okay, and so here we have the symbols of the countries. In our case, you can see here we have GB, Great Britain. So here you have all the other symbols. So actually, let's try to use this one. So let's go back in here. Let's go back to our URL and just type plus and throw this in here. And let me, so you can see them changing. So yeah, you can, as you can see, all this information, you can retrieve it with values, keys. You can walk through them and retrieve whatever you want. And this is just an example with the weather one. You can use whatever API, web API as you like and retrieve the information. Sometimes you don't need a API key. There are some APIs which don't require API key, so you can just take the URL and retrieve whatever information you need. So yeah, you can do this exercise. If you have any questions, suggestions, let me know in the comment section. So I hope this was useful. Thanks for watching and see you next time.